Chapter 7. Ambition. Ambition has several causes, and one of them is fear. A humble boy who in the parks of capital cities cleans the shoes of proud gentlemen could become a thief if he begins to fear poverty, fear himself or his future. A humble machinist who works in an expensive store could become a thief or a prostitute overnight if she began to fear the future, life, old age, or herself. An elegant waiter of a luxurious restaurant or a grand hotel could become a gangster, a bank robber, or a very high-class thief, if by misfortune he begins to fear himself, his humble position as a waiter, or his own future. An insignificant insect covets being elegant, a poor shop assistant who serves clients, and who with patience shows us a tie, a shirt, shoes, making many bows with a plastic smile, covets something more because he is afraid. He fears misery, a somber future, old age, etc. Ambition is multifaceted. Ambition has the face of a saint and a devil, the face of a man and a woman, the face of concern and of indifference, of virtue and of a sinner. There exists ambition in he who wants to get married, and in that hardened old bachelor who detests marriage. There exists ambition in he who desires with infinite madness to be someone, to take part, to climb. And there exists ambition in he who becomes a hermit, in he who does not want anything of this world because his only ambition is to reach heaven, to liberate himself, etc. There exists worldly ambition and spiritual ambition. Sometimes ambition uses the mask of indifference or sacrifice. Whoever does not covet this miserable, wretched world covets the other, and he who does not covet money covets psychic powers. The ego, the id, the myself, delights in hiding ambition, putting it in the most secret nook of the mind, and then says, I do not covet anything. I love my fellow men. I work unselfishly for the good of all human beings. The political old fox, and he who knows it all, sometimes astonishes the masses with his apparent unselfish deeds. But when he abandons his job, it is hardly normal for him not to leave his country carrying out a few million pounds or dollars. Ambition disguised with the mask of unselfishness often fools the most astute people. There exist in the world many people who only covet not being covetous. There are many people who renounce all pomp and vanity of this world because they only covet their own intimate self-perfection. The penitent that walks on his knees up to the temple and who, filled with faith, lashes himself, apparently does not covet anything and even gives himself the luxury of giving without asking anything back from anyone. However, it is clear that he covets a miracle, a cure, health for himself or for some relative, or indeed covets eternal salvation. We admire truly religious men and women, but we lament that they do not love their religion with true unselfishness. The holy religions, the sublime sects, orders, spiritual societies, etc., deserve our unselfish love. It is very rare to find in this world someone who loves his religion, school, sect, etc., unselfishly. This is unfortunate. The whole world is filled with ambitions. Hitler hurled himself into war because of ambition. All wars have their origins in fear and ambition, and the most serious problems of life have their origins in ambition. The whole world lives fighting the whole world due to ambition. Some against others, and everyone against everyone else. Every person in life covets being someone, and people of a certain age, teachers, parents, tutors, etc., motivate children and teenagers to continue down the horrendous path of ambition. Elders tell students, you have to be someone in life, become rich, get married to a millionaire, be powerful, etc. The old, horrible, ugly, old-fashioned generation wants new generations also to be ambitious, ugly, and horrible like them. The gravity of this is that new generations let themselves be talked into and led down the horrible path of ambition. School teachers should teach students that no honest job deserves contempt. It is absurd to look disdainfully at a driver, a shop assistant, a peasant, a shoe shiner, etc. Every humble job is beautiful and necessary in social life. Not all of us were born to be engineers, governors, presidents, doctors, lawyers, etc. In society, all jobs and trades are needed. No honest job can ever be disdainful. In everyday life, each human being serves a purpose, and the important thing is to know what purpose one serves. It is the duty of teachers to discover the vocation of each student and guide him or her in that direction. He who works in life in accordance with his vocation will work with true love and without ambition. Love should replace ambition. Vocation is that which we really like, that profession which we happily fulfill, because it is what pleases us and what we love to do. Unfortunately, in modern life, people work unwillingly because of ambition, since they perform jobs that do not coincide with their vocation. When someone works at something that he likes with true vocation, he does it with love, because he loves his vocation and because his abilities in life are precisely those of his vocation. It is precisely the task of teachers to know how to guide students to discover their abilities and to orientate them along the path of a real vocation.